Good day to you. Welcome to another edition of Typical Males Podcast. My name is Cal Davian. Today's ditty is called Dandy Candy, It's Fun. I was a child of the 70s and 80s. Sometimes when my boyhood buddies and I get together, invariably someone says, "Hey, remember when we used to..." I grew up in Abilene for a stretch, and I still regard that time as the best years of my life. On Saturdays, my bros and I would go knock on each other's bedroom windows, then gather and walk as a group to whatever unplanned adventures we would encounter. I remember searching for empty pop bottles and collecting enough to turn in and receive enough change to allow us to go play putt-putt. Man, we thought that was so cool. The whole world was ours on Saturday. No school, no parents, no tag-along uninvited siblings. Just us guys. That was the most sacred thing back then. Our friendship and our loyalty. Recently I was talking with my best friend who was asking me if I wanted to accompany him to a day in Abilene. I rarely venture far from home at my age, but it sounded exciting and I was up for it. So we went out to eat, went sightseeing, and then headed toward the mall. Suddenly it dawned on me. There used to be a candy shop there that had been around since I was a young brat. Now, I've never been one with a sweet tooth per se, but this store had every candy you could think of, and they gave free samples. You could buy candy by the bag, like in the old times of my parents, and then the dreaded words from my friend, "Oh yeah, I remember that place. They closed it down." No! My world had been crushed and came to a screeching halt. My buddy asked me, perhaps out of sheer empathy, what my favorite treat was. It wasn't hard to remember, because I had to walk miles to the store if I really wanted it. And my mother knew this, which is why I've never suffered a cavity. It was called fruit striped gum, hands down. Remember those? It was 8 sticks of flavored gum, each individually wrapped in one of 4 loud striped colors: cherry, lemon, orange, and lime. It cost 10 cents a pack. The animated mouthpiece was this irritating, flamboyant, multicolored, striped zebra that went around harassing innocent cross-armed people in public, to which you cooed, "Tickle your tongue with fruit striped gum, it's fun." He popped out of pianos, boxes, and hot air balloons, all the while waving his arms around in dramatic fashion. He was a type of zebra whose personality made RuPaul look butch in comparison. If I remember correctly, the striped wrappers also doubled as temporary tattoos. And then I recalled something else. We kids used to go foraging on the playground for used discarded gum wrappers of any kind. We would make gum wrapper chains and bracelets out of them. It took a lot of wrappers to do this kind of thing, sort of like a primitive version of origami. Looking this up, do you know that people still make things out of gum wrappers? I saw videos of created swans and even clutch purses with sewn-in zipper. No glue required. Crazy. Or maybe not. I bet those sell for primo prices. Check for videos on gum wrapper creations. It will definitely take you back in time. Kids normally didn't have money to buy these things for their close friends, so they just made them. If only they knew now what we know. And then we started to reminisce about other boyhood favorites. Zots, the fizzing candy, lemon heads, bottle caps, pixie sticks, atomic bombs, liquid spray candy. Candy, it's fun. Now pass the vinyl records. That's this edition of Typical Males Podcast. Remember, you can always purchase the book. Typical Males is available at Barnes & Noble, online and in-store, and at other major retailers online. Till next time, ciao.